I wish I could tell my younger self that I won't end up alone if I leave the boy that told me that the dry skin on my nose looks crusty and that my boobs are too small. That my parents' definition of success isn't nearly as important as what success means to me. That the fear of not being beautiful enough, curvy enough, or articulate enough that haunted me every single day in high school is completely untrue and was putting me through needless suffering. That judgment from others is formed from their own insecurities, past experiences, and trauma. Their projection has absolutely nothing to do with me, and I have the power to decide that it doesn't define who I am or my worth. And most importantly, I wish I could show past me what my life looks like now and explain how every challenge and hardship I faced held a lesson I needed to learn, because without those experiences, I wouldn't be the woman I am today. Good morning, my sweet friends. Today we're going to be having a pretty vulnerable chat around insecurities, envy, and jealousy, and I'm going to be sharing what has been really helping me realize that I am enough exactly the way that I am currently. And I truly hope that by the end of this video you start to believe it for yourself, that you are whole, that you are complete, that you're enough, that you are worthy right here in this very moment as well. So we're going to be starting this conversation with a little get ready with me. This is the after and this is the before, so I thought it would be perfect to start this conversation with a bare face, which is my biggest insecurity. So I'm struggling with some scarring on my chin, and I have a couple of friends that popped up, but it is so much better than what it used to be. Currently, I am trying to heal my gut because I have had a lot of problems, and I actually have a what I eat in a week video coming very soon to show you exactly what I'm eating every single day to help heal my digestion. I'm really excited for that video. There's a lot of fun recipes in that. But let's pull the hair back and get started. I'm gonna be using the viewfinder as my mirror because I don't have one in front of me because I want a natural light. So one of my core memories that is a stem of an insecurity of mine is I remember in high school, I believe it was junior year, my boyfriend and I at the time were sitting in his car or my car, I can't remember exactly, but he actually told me that this girl that I barely even knew was talking to him or spreading gossip about how my nose was crusty. And while he was telling me this, he was laughing. Like, he agreed with it, and he kind of was tentative and wanted to see my reaction to it. It was very uncomfortable, but I never used to be insecure about the dryness of my skin. I actually didn't know that I had dry skin. Because I had acne, I was always led to believe that my skin was oily or combination, but I've never been told that I leaned more towards the dry side. I actually believe that my skin is so dry because of all of the prescribed topical treatments that I was given by my dermatologist at the time, and because I was trying Proactive and all of the really harsh over-the-counter products that just stripped my skin. And you know how your skin has a microbiome, and when it's healthy and broken, it can lead to dehydration and to dry skin and a whole bunch of other issues. And so I believe that I was going through that. So I first want to start this conversation by showing you that sometimes the insecurities that we believe stem from us actually come from other people. And so I want to talk about what's really helped me to overcome those insecurities that have been given to me as a present by other people in my life. Let me first do this. I can't talk while I'm doing it. Sorry, I've never done this before, so I wanted to make sure I was doing it right. We give people way more power over us than they deserve. And one thing that really helped me to feel more secure in my skin was learning that when someone is teasing you about being too skinny, being too curvy, being too loud, being too much like you, it's because they are insecure about their own image in this world. It's their own experiences from their life. It's their tragedy, their trauma, their beliefs that were pushed onto them that they're then projecting onto you. It has nothing to do with you. They're trying to bring you down to make them feel a little bit better about themselves and their own circumstances. And the sad reality is, please don't come after me, but we all do this. And even if it's not verbally saying it out loud to the other person, like my ex did in this example, sometimes we can catch ourselves doing it internally in our own minds, and it's such a normal thing to do. It's because our ego is trying to protect us from feeling like we are inadequate, and it's trying to make ourselves feel better, and it's completely normal. And the first step is to build awareness around it and to pay attention to your own patterns of thinking, your thought loops that happen, because they come up subconsciously. We don't always realize that they're happening until you start to look for it. And then you can integrate some more positive, uplifting energy and mental chatter into your head. And that includes towards yourself. Every single person on this earth has their insecurities, and those people that tease and bully, they have insecurities that are louder and bigger than they can handle. And I'm not saying that this is acceptable behavior by any means, it's definitely not. But just being aware that it has no effect on you, if you choose for it not to, is a very powerful place to be. So I encourage you to think about it. Where did your insecurities come from? Did they come from other people? And journal about it. Try to recall those memories, those core memories that were pivotal for you for building up this insecurity within you. And then for every single one of them, journal about how they fall short, why they don't truly matter anymore, and take back that power away from them. Just a little quick commercial break. I want to thank Merit Beauty for gifting me some beautiful products for the launch of their new signature lightweight lipstick. I'm so excited to try it. I got 2 colors. I've been wanting to try Merit Beauty for quite some time now because I'm a less is more kind of gal. I don't like to put heavy makeup on anymore. I used to. I'm just using this as a concealer. I don't know if I can do this with the viewfinder. That actually looks so good. Wow. I was worried it wouldn't be volumizing enough. The next thing that helped me was putting myself in the energy of feeling my best as often as humanly possible. Some other insecurities I have are my facial features, so I feel like my lips are really small and my nose isn't extremely tiny. It wasn't until I heard this piece of advice, but basically, I don't know exactly how it went, but makeup can't change the features of your face or your bone structure. Only surgery and fillers can do that. If you find yourself admiring yourself with makeup on, that's your natural beauty. That is you. The beauty you see is yours. And that just melted my heart when I heard it for the first time, and it still does. So what I've been working on is reframing the way that I see makeup. I see it as a tool that allows me to emphasize my natural beauty and to fall in love with myself even more and to have fun with it, versus something to just hide my insecurities because I have a fear of what other people will think of me if I go out in public without makeup on. So that's a really big mindset shift that you can make as well. I'm just adding bronzer, trying their Flush Balm too. I got the color Cheeky. And a more actionable habit that you can start including in your routine that I found to be a beautiful practice is mirror work. It's really helped me to fall in love with my natural features, the way that my body curves, and even my bare skin. And I like to do this with my skincare routine, so I'll do this morning and night. I definitely do it if I ever catch myself looking in a mirror and talking negatively about myself. So it's basically looking in a mirror with deep appreciation and affection for yourself, and looking into your eyes is such a magical experience. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, kind of like you're with a stranger, but over time, it builds the most beautiful relationship with yourself. And I believe that when you develop a strong relationship with yourself and a strong love for yourself and sense of compassion, insecurities kind of melts away. It's harder for you to be shaken up by someone else projecting their own insecurities on you and their own judgment, and it makes it easier to switch your negative thoughts to positive ones. I like to dance, I like to smile. Smiling is such a beautiful way to put yourself in such a positive energy. I like to hug myself, I like to tell myself affirmations. It's whatever feels really right for you through mirror work. The girls that get it, the girls that don't. But the thing is, it doesn't work overnight. You have to be consistent with it. It has to be a practice that, just like the other ones, when you catch yourself doing the opposite of what you want, then it's quickly reframing it to be more positive and questioning why those thoughts are coming up in the first place. I'll link all the products that I'm using down below, including the Merit products. I'm very impressed, but I'm really excited for the lipstick because it's supposed to be super hydrating, and I'm a gal that does not like lipstick if it's very drying to my lips. I like to buff them out a bit. Next, I'm gonna be trying their new signature lightweight lipstick. I got 2 colors, Baby and Slip. This is Slip, it's more of a nude. And this is Baby. I think I'm gonna do Slip. It actually does feel very hydrating on the lips, and I did not prep my lips before this. They are a little bit chapped, and it feels really nice. It's made with squalane, sunflower oil, and raspberry oil. I do have a link below in the description that supports this channel if you do want to try any of Merit's products or their new signature lightweight lipstick. I just want to go get a smoothie, so we are going to leave the house. Next, we're going to be talking about overcoming envy and jealousy, and I'll share some tips in the car. That's really good. So when it comes to jealousy and envy, it can actually be an enlightening experience, and it can be inspirational. When we see somebody that has something that we don't have access to or we don't have, that's giving us a peek behind the curtain of our subconscious mind, showing us what we truly desire and what we truly want for ourselves too. And there's a lot of untapped potential there. So this could actually be an amazing opportunity to look inwards, dig deeper, and figure out why you feel like there's a sense of lack around the thing that you want that that other person has. And why do you want it in the first place? Why is that missing piece so essential to your happiness that you want to bring this other person down, or that you're trying to tear yourself apart about? And that awareness makes it a lot easier to figure out what you need to do to fill in that gap that you feel like is missing from your life. And we have to hold ourselves responsible here. Are you taking action towards some of your truest desires, or are you sitting back and playing the victim mentality over and over in your head again? For me, for example, I would oftentimes fall into that victim mentality because I would sit back and I wouldn't take action on what I wanted, even though I was seeing all these amazing, beautiful women achieving so many goals in their careers and being in relationships that look like they were soulmates. And I would just sit back and let things happen to me, and I would blame others for my choices and my decisions. Another big one that's been on my mind and that I've actually been healing when I've been doing my inner child work, which we will be getting into that in another self-love diaries video here very soon. But another one is, well, what if somebody has a similar background to you? What if they're your sibling or your best friend? You guys are two peas in a pod, and it doesn't make sense why life is just handing them the right cards over and over, and you seem to be getting the crap pile. For me in particular, my experience more so is that my older sister growing up had this beautiful relationship with my mom. They were best friends. They were always doing things together, and I felt like a bit of an outsider. And I always blamed my mom and my sister for not including me as often as they would leave the house and go do things. And a big part of it is, when I look back on it, my perception was completely altered because I felt like they never included me or tried to include me. But they did on several occasions try to include me, and I just completely would shut down, and I was very triggered by it because I always felt like I wasn't good enough or fun enough to be with them and to hang out with them. And then I would proceed to blame them for my own decisions and my own choices. And there are three specific things that I learned from this memory and this experience in my childhood. And the first one is that even though this is somebody that you're very close to and you feel like you have similar backgrounds, similar everything, the truth is you cannot copy and paste your DNA, your personality, your characteristics, what makes you you, into another person unless cloning becomes available sometime soon. So you cannot replicate yourself and say this is apples to apples comparison of why their life is so much better and mine isn't. You have different aspirations, you have different strengths. You are incredible exactly the way you are, and they are incredible exactly the way they are. And life may look a little bit different for both of you, but it's exactly the way that it's supposed to be. And there are lessons that we've all come here on this planet to endure, and without those lessons we will never grow into the person, our highest selves, the person that we're supposed to be in this world. And I bet you if you were to look at yourself through their eyes, you would see just how amazing you are and how special you are and all of your strengths that they compare themselves to. Number 2, when it comes to feeling like a victim and blaming external factors instead of internal factors, you've got to remember that nobody is going to come and help you. There are people that you can surround yourself with that will support you and love on you, but it all comes down to, at the end of the day, the actions and decisions that you make. They have to be right for you. You are the one in control. You have so much more power than you realize. Number 3, make peace with your past. This is a big one. What I've been doing is I've been meditating and journaling, just looking at past triggering memories, core memories that feel like they're feeding those self-sabotaging patterns that I get myself into. And I've been reframing how I see those memories. So I've been seeing them as forgiving other people that are in those memories that I was blaming, and most importantly, forgiving myself going through that, and to forgive myself for the actions or the lack thereof, for not pursuing something that I really wanted. We made it, my friends. That is everything that I've been practicing to stop being insecure and to help my envy and jealousy side from coming through as often. It still does, but it is completely manageable now because I'm so aware of what my triggers are and when it's happening and how to gently guide myself out of that energy and into a more loving, admiring, inspired one. If you do have any other tips, or if you would like to share your own journey, your own story, I know it would be super inspiring. Feel free to comment them down below, and if you found this video useful, it means the world to me if you could hit the like button. Feel free to join this little community and subscribe. I seriously love having you guys here and having this self-love diary series to help me along my healing journey and to show you guys what exactly I'm doing and what I feel like is helping me, or even just showing you that how awkward it can be and how raw it can be. So I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye, beautiful.